Hello everyone, Namaste and welcome back to my channel. My name is Trishala and today I have a completely beginner friendly yoga routine which is just under 25 minutes. So let's get started by sitting at the back of our mats in Vajrasana with our knees folded and our feet tucked underneath the body. This is a great pose to start off with just to ground your breathing, open up the chest, and allow for your head, neck, and spine to remain in one straight line. Vajrasana is also a base pose, meaning that we can start off doing many asanas from here. So allow yourself to stay in this posture, getting comfortable and maybe closing your eyes. From here, we're going to separate the knees. So move your left knee out towards the edge of your mat and your right knee. And then come on to your forearms by moving forward slightly so that your elbows can come onto the floor. We're going to try to practice Shashankasana. So remember that any of these three variations are more than acceptable to practice, and we're just trying to find a pose that's comfortable for each one of us. So stay here with your forearms on the floor or bend your elbows and allow the chin to rest in the cups of your hands. Notice a nice stretch for the underside of your neck and your upper back. If you want a deeper stretch for the back, then bring your forearms down to the mat and stack one on top of each other so that you can bring your forehead down on top of your stacked arms. Close your eyes and remain in this posture, Shashankasana, which is a great way to relieve stress and balance out your cortisol levels. So let's take around 8 more deep breaths. So remember to count each inhalation and exhalation as one whole breath. Remember this posture for when you're feeling anxious or stressed, and it's also a good way to bring your heart rate back down to normal. So you can practice this at the end of your day, or just remember to do this every day and add it as part of your daily stretch routine. Okay, this is going to be our last breath in this pose. So raise your forehead and unstack your hands and come back to Vajrasana. Just like how we went into the posture, we're going to try to come out of each pose. Bring your knees back together. Stay in Vajrasana once again and take note of how you're feeling. Now come on to all fours. So move forward, come on to both your palms and make sure that your knee is underneath your hips and your wrist is underneath the shoulder, and your wrists are shoulder width apart and your knees are hip width apart. This is your neutral spine position that's parallel to the floor. As you breathe out, round your spine, bring your chin to the chest and allow your tailbone to point downwards to the mat. As you breathe in, arch the spine, look up and point your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, round your shoulders and bring your chin to the chest. Breathing in, point your tailbone upwards, open up the chest and look up. Let's do that a few more times. Notice that your pelvic floor is tilting slightly as you go up, pointing the tailbone up towards the ceiling, and your tailbone points down towards the mat as you tuck your pelvis under. This is a great way to warm up your entire spine, relieve tension in your lower back and your shoulders. This is Marjari Asana or cat pose, so remember to breathe with each movement. Okay, on this last one now, we're going to come back to that neutral spine position, and this time you're going to bring your toes tucked underneath your feet so that your toe balls are touching the mat. Make sure your palms are placed firmly on the floor because we're going to use them to push the knees off the mat and come into a mountain, pushing the heels down into the floor. Stay here just for one inhalation and one exhalation. And now come back onto your knees into that cat pose. Let's do that again. Breathing out, take your knees off the floor and push your hips back, allowing your heels to touch the floor. And now maybe if you want, you can pedal out your feet just to release some tension in the back of your legs. Come back down to cat pose. And we're going to hold on this last round. So push yourself back into that mountain. Make yourself as stable as you can here and stay super strong through your palms and your feet. Pedal out your heels and take a few moments to breathe in and out. Stay here for as long as you feel comfortable. And then push yourself forward, coming onto all fours once again. And now back onto your feet to sit in a Vajrasana. Okay, from here we're going to do a little bit of a series and open up the hips. So come back into that mountain pose and starting off with the left leg, try to bring your left leg between both your wrists in front of you so that you can place your foot on the floor and your right knee comes down to the mat. Allow your hands to stay by the sides of your left foot. Stay here just to feel a stretch in the upper right thigh. And if you like, for a deeper stretch, bring your hands onto the sides of your hips and push your hips forward, allowing yourself to feel a stretch in your lower back and on the bottom of your left thigh. Slowly release your hands from the hips and bring your palms back down onto the mat alongside your left foot. Now take the right foot off the floor and take your left foot back to meet your right in that mountain pose. Pedal out your feet if you need to, just a few times, and get ready to do that on the right leg as well. Okay, now as you breathe in, bring your right foot in between both your palms on the floor. Adjust your foot with your hands if you need to. Stay here, or if you like a deeper stretch, bring your hands to the sides of your hips and push your hips forward, staying super grounded through that left leg on the floor, making sure to keep your left knee on the mat. Release your hands slowly, come back down onto your palms, lift your left knee off the floor and take your right foot back to meet the left in a mountain pose. Pedal out your feet again if you'd like to, and we're going to add on to those poses we just did. So come back with your left foot between your hands now, and we're going to work a little bit more on our mobility in the hips. So stay here with your fingers by the sides of your left foot. Bring your right palm onto the floor and open up your left hand so that your left hand can go up towards the ceiling and your chest and shoulders twist over to the left side. Stay here just for a few moments and slowly release, coming back down with your hands by your sides. And now slowly walk your fingertips forward so that they are slightly ahead of your left toe line. Now push your hips back as far as you can, and if you're feeling comfortable, then straighten out that left knee, allowing your left foot to go off the floor so that you're balancing on that left heel as your toes point up towards the ceiling. Don't worry, we're not here for long. Come back now onto that left foot and push yourself back into that mountain. And of course, we're going to repeat that on the right leg as well. So take your time to adjust yourself in mountain. And when you're ready, breathing in, bring that right foot between your palms. Adjust that foot with your hands if necessary. And placing that left palm underneath the left shoulder on the inside of the right foot. And twist so that your right hand can go up towards the ceiling. Twist and open up your chest towards the right side. Hold here just for a moment and then bring your right palm back to the floor. Walk your fingertips forward ahead of the toe line and push your hips back, feeling a nice stretch in your right hamstring. If you're flexible to do so, then allow your right knee to be completely straight. Come on to your right heel and just hold here for a few moments. Okay, come back down to that low lunge now. Take both your palms onto the mat and lift yourself so that you can bring the right leg back into that mountain pose. Okay, I hope that you felt a little bit of stretch for your hip flexors as well as the back of your thighs for your hamstrings. Now we're going to come on to our front side. So lie down on the mat, making sure to use the length of your mat. Come on to your stomach and raise both your hands up above your head, making sure to keep your elbows on the floor and bring your feet close together, and if you can, allow your heels to touch each other. This is Adhavasana and a really great way to reset your spine, allowing that natural S-curve to come back into your posture and also improve the flexibility in your shoulders. This is also a great pose to add to your routine, especially after a long day of work. I've included this pose in one of my other videos, which I will leave linked in the cards for you. A simple 15-minute post-work stretch routine. Okay, now we're going to come into a half cobra pose. So slide your hands back so that your elbows are bent and are on the sides of your body. We're going to push up into a half cobra pose so that you can make a 90-degree angle between your forearms and your upper arms. So make sure to adjust your posture here so that your elbows are right beneath the shoulders. Breathe out, come down. Breathing in, go back up. Stay super active through your feet so that you can bring both your heels together, making sure to give your lower back a nice stretch and a deep relaxation. Come back down, and when you're ready on this third round, we're going to hold here in this posture for around 5 deep breaths. So close your eyes and enjoy the stretch for your lower back Open up your chest and stay upright through your upper arms. Come back down now, and we'll continue to work on the flexibility and the strength of our back. So release your hands by your sides, and with your elbows straight, lift your hips so that you can place half of your hands underneath your body, just to give your shoulders a little bit more work to do and challenging the strength of your back. So bring your hands underneath and bring your feet back down to the floor. Starting off with the left leg, make your left leg active, and as you breathe in, take that left leg up with your knees super straight. Breathe out as you come down. We're going to do that on the right leg as well. So this time, make your right leg active, and as you breathe in, take the right foot off the floor as high as you can, keeping the knees straight and the hips on the floor, firmly placed on top of your hands. Breathe out as you come down. Breathing in, take your left leg up, hold just for a second, and breathe out as you come down. Repeat that on the right leg now. Go up with each inhalation and come back down. Now this time when you go up with your left leg, you're just going to hold for a few moments, really using the strength of your back to keep that leg lifted as high as you can off the mat. Okay, come back down. And let's repeat that on the right leg. Breathing in, go up, hold, just for a few seconds, using your back muscles to strengthen that leg and keep it super active. Come back down and release your hands from underneath your body. I know that was a challenging one, but it's a really great way to utilize your whole body and especially making sure to work on your back strength. Push yourself back up now, and we're going to come into lying down on our backs. So come into a Shavasana, a pose we all know and love. Separate your feet to mat width and your hands are away from the body. Just take a few moments to relax and notice how your breath is in your body. If your heart rate is high, then stay here just for a few more moments until you can come back to a normal heart rate and breathing. Okay, from here bend both your feet and place your feet as close as you can to the back of your thighs. The goal here is to hold both the feet from the outside with your hands around your ankles. So bring your feet as close as you can. You might have to shift yourself slightly, raising the hips first to hold your ankles and then bring your hips back down to the floor. So we're keeping the shoulders super active and the chest open. As you breathe in, now take your hips off the floor to try to bring your upper thighs parallel to the floor. Pause for a second, breathing out as you come down. Breathing in, go up, take your hips as high as you can so that your chest can come towards your chin and your thighs are parallel to the floor. Breathing out, come down. On this last round, you guessed it, we're going to hold. So go up and hold for a few breaths. Make yourself comfortable. Make sure to bring that chest close to your chin. And stay here, remembering to push that hip up towards the ceiling. This was Khandarasana, and a good way to improve your flexibility in your shoulders and improve the strength in your thighs. Now interlock your fingers underneath the back of your head, bringing your feet together and taking your feet off the floor, making sure to keep your knees together. Breathing out, twist your knees over to the right side, bringing your knees to the floor and your head twists over to the left. Breathe in, come back to the center, feet are off the floor. Breathing out as you twist over to the left side now and your head twists to the right. Breathe in, center. Breathe out, bring your knees down towards the right side. Head goes to the left. Breathing in, center. Breathing out, twist over to the left side, making sure that your shoulders are always on the floor. Come to the center, and now as you twist over to the right, hold for a few moments. Maybe you'd like to close your eyes and feel a stretch in your spine. Breathing in, come back to the center, and let's hold on the left side, twisting and feeling a nice stretch for your lower and mid back, giving your spine a little twist. Come back to the center, bring your feet on the floor now. To finish off class today, we're going to come into a relaxation pose. So let's keep both the feet on the floor and open up the knees towards the sides, allowing your right knee to go down towards the right side and your left knee towards the left side. Bring your hand one on top of the chest and one on top of your stomach. Stay here, and this is a pose to keep your hips open and give the inner thighs a little bit of a stretch. But if you'd like a stretch for your upper body as well, then take both your hands up over the head, allowing the back of your palm to come down towards the floor. This opens up your shoulders and your chest, feeling a gentle stretch for the sides of the waist and your abdomen. So close your eyes and take a few more relaxing breaths here. Okay, now come back with your hands and your knees. Twist over to the right side and push yourself up to come into a seated position. We're going to finish off class today with a butterfly pose. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this one, but we're here just to release any tension you may have acquired from doing some of these poses if you were a complete beginner. So bring the soles of your feet together, opening up the knees towards the side, bringing the hands down in front of the feet on the floor, and we're just going to bounce both the knees up and down, allowing your body to come over your feet slightly if you'd like a deeper stretch in your inner thighs. Maybe you want to speed up that bounce a little bit more to relieve that tension, or you'd like to bend over your feet and feel a deep stretch for your hips. I hope you enjoyed this completely beginner-friendly yoga series. If you did, please give it a like below and let me know how you're feeling down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future, and let me know if you have any suggestions for videos I could make. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.